Hello everyone, welcome back to your soul growth message. How goes it? So we're going to hop right on in. During the pre-shuffle, I was seeing the Knight of Cups and the Ace of Wands, and I was hearing, I'm dreaming again and I'm ready to bring my dreams into fruition. So if this kind of sounds like you and where you're at on your journey, welcome. As always, I have my thousands of stickers. We're going to pull some, get a general energy, and see what Spirit wants to relay to you guys today. Hope everyone's made it out of the snow, this crazy, crazy snow. All right, 1, 2. All right. You are, excuse me, they're already closing up. Your priority is you. I don't have enough serotonin for this. All right, so, if you're feeling a little, la-di-da and a little dragon feet, Spirit is asking you to take care of yourself right now and to invest a little bit more in you. Think about what could go right. Have courage and be kind. So I feel like Spirit is saying if you have any dreams or aspirations that you are wanting to bring into fruition, okay, if you're having opportunities, or I'm hearing a lot of creative inspiration you're at right now, have faith in that and think about what could go right. And, focus on you. Don't focus on the outcome. Don't focus on what people are thinking or saying. None of that matters. That's not going to boost your serotonin. There's definitely something right now that you have in your energy that is, I think, weighing you down. It's kind of dulling your happiness. Okay, a little dark spot. There's a little block that I'm feeling. But overall, I'm feeling there's a zest. Okay, there's an ambition. There's a will. There's a want to push forward with something. Let's get an affirmation. You could be receiving a lot of downloads, a lot of information. There could be mental clarity, a lot of mental clarity. I think, about what you want and the trajectory that you want your life to go in. The only person coming to save you is the version of yourself that's tired of your current situation. Okay, so I think that's that. I don't have enough serotonin. There's something that you're dealing with that is just not like, whatever your current situation is right now at this very moment, it's not feeding your purpose or your soul. You need to remove yourself from that situation. The only person that's going to save you is you. And this is also saying that, this is kind of an energy of when you get sick of, people have spiritual awakenings and people change under certain circumstances, okay? And near-death experience is one. And another one is when they just get so sick of suffering, so sick of themselves, just being in that mental anguish. So I kind of feel like there's a cycle that you're going through that's been really repetitive that your soul has just had enough of, and you are going to be forced into changing. And you're going to have to make yourself a priority right now and take care of yourself and think about what could go right, because I think Spirit's about to take you on a ride that, maybe you weren't exactly prepared for, but maybe one that you need. Oops. Excuse me. It's funny. I have a love channel, and I feel like my throat doesn't close up as much on that channel. This channel, I was completely fine. I didn't even smudge because my son has come down with a little something, and I did my Palo Santo last night and yesterday for my readings, and I think that bothered him. It didn't bother me as much. But But I think whatever the collective I'm speaking to, like, you're really being asked to speak your truth, whether that's to a collective, whether that's to a group of people, whether it's to a family, whether that's to just one important person. And I think there's blocks and issues with that. I think that's why I'm really curious to see as I go on with my readings, because I do feel like it's getting better. But the first sets I've been doing, and that could be even my own block with, me being nervous to speak too. But it's definitely crazy how I didn't feel anything until right before I did this. So wish, that's the energy right now. You are wishing for something better. Spirit heard you, okay? You put out there in the universe what you wanted, and Spirit is now going to deliver that, okay? And it might not be in the way that you hoped for, but it's going to be in the way that you wished for. Meaning that, these blessings might come to you, these opportunities might come to you, these dreams, these downloads might come to you, and it might be, not exactly what you thought it was going to be, but it's going to be what you need. So be aware of being in that kind of energy. As I said that, be aware. We have awareness at the bottom. That's so funny. Yep, so there's an awareness. I think Spirit's going to be making you more aware of the situation. That's too funny. All right, this will never look pretty as I shuffle because the deck is huge. I combine decks because I hate having multiples like that. Also, I wish this was just one giant deck. It works. It's so cohesive. It works wonderfully together. Okay. Drastic changes. Lots of yellow. You may be going through a dark night of the soul. Oh my God, you guys. Excuse me. So, I'm sorry, the mucus is just real. This is so, I know I'm on camera. I'm so over this, though. We have 2 and 3. We have a progression. So, there's nowhere else to go but what? I think you wished for something. And when you wish for something, the universe, not unfortunately, it's fortunate, but it's unfortunate in the sense of you're not going to be prepared for it. And it's going to be a shock to your system. But the universe is going to clear out everything that you did not need. All the people, places, things, environments, material, anything in the material realm, like that, anything that wasn't serving your higher purpose or wasn't serving your soul, like that's going to be, dropping. And these drastic changes are going to be a little shock to your nervous system. It can either make you bitter or you can take the new opportunities and take them in stride. Okay, so Spirit is saying to have courage and be kind, especially to yourself right now, because you could be going through it and not feeling, not knowing how to cope and how to handle. But Spirit is saying don't stay stuck in that negative, okay? There's a lot of mental going on right now, okay? Even this sticker looks a little chaotic, okay? Think about what could go right. So there's a lot of grounding that needs to be happening right now. There is a message to not burn your bridges, okay? Where did all my good friends go? You could be feeling alone right now. You could be feeling a little bit lonely. Spirit is saying that as these changes are happening, okay, as you're growing, as you get what you wished for, okay, and this could be, as some of you getting abundance coming into money. Don't be an asshole, okay? Don't burn your bridges. If there are people that you're falling apart from, let that fall apart naturally. There's no need to, push away or be mean on purpose or react, okay? There's no need for that. Don't let who you're turning into, overtake you. Too much of anything's a bad thing, Be the best, and that wanted to come out in reverse. The blue rose is very special. Become the best and believe in your own potential. Number 44, that's a master number. Your angels are letting you know that you are able to do the impossible, able to do something extraordinary against the odds. Your purpose in life is to find out what it is you need to do to be of the best possible service to others on this planet. Find out what skills you need to master and master them. Have high expectations of yourself. You are a talented person who can always learn new skills. We all need to challenge ourselves. Put in the work that you need to put in and keep moving forward. Okay? So this is almost like your alternate meaning. You are back in business and you are back in business. That's this, okay? That's that you are dreaming again and you are having sparks of inspiration and you're back in business, baby. Okay? The angels want to congratulate you on being an amazing person. This is a message to keep following your guides and angels, gentle, persistent nudges to follow through on your life's purpose. We all have special assignments to complete here on earth, and they are all different and all valuable in their own way. Keep working on your project bit by bit, day by day, making time for it amongst everything else you have to do, even if it's just working on it a short time each day. The universe will throw distractions on your path to see if you are really committed to your project. They will come in the way of other tempting opportunities. So evaluate every message whispered in your ear and ask yourself if that's actually what you really want to be doing, or if it can be put off until you have completed your current mission. That's deep. So that's the whole energy I was feeling in the reading with that pre-shuffle, okay? You're wanting to do something. You're meant to do something. You're stepping into your purpose. You could be going through the dark night, okay? Going through changes, whether that's, your job, your environment, people, places, things. You have a purpose and you have a calling, and spirit is asking you to focus on yourself so you can step into that and to think about what's going to go right. All right. And again, to work on this a little bit day by day, minute by minute, hour by hour, however it is you need to do it. But this is where you're blocked. I think, you might be nervous, to do this. Spirit is saying that you have the talent. This is what you wished for. Oh, I love that message. How funny is that? Work smart, not hard. You don't need to follow other people's rules, okay? So this is trailblazer energy. You definitely could be a life path 1. This is you doing things your own way, in your own speed, on your own time, on your own dime, okay? This is you being able to live the life that you want and not be held back. This is you being able to, maybe not work a 9 to 5. Maybe you're becoming an entrepreneur and doing your own thing. Especially if you're switching careers, there is, don't burn your bridges, put your 2 weeks in, do it the appropriate way. I know it's stupid, it doesn't make sense, but there is a message here to do that. We have 29, okay? This is, balancing yourself, balancing your work and life. This is, you're coming to an end of a cycle with this, okay? Whatever career or whatever it is you're stepping into, this is something you're going to be able to balance life and work a little bit more, and you will have the serotonin to deal with that. All right, let's get Leo. Have courage. So you definitely could be a Leo. Life path 1. And look at, we have 2, 3, 4. So we have a progression. So this is you being at rock bottom, or you feeling like you're at a pretty low state, and this is you moving forward. Okay, so we have Leo energy on the board. The energy is flamboyant, dramatic, proud, and passionate. It focuses on the importance of self-belief. Okay, so this is having that belief in yourself, having that pride. Okay, this is, spirit is giving you Leo energy. Whatever it is that you're wanting to go do, this is like, be arrogant about it. Okay, have those high expectations of yourself. Be a little bit cocky, because that's going to help push you along. Don't be a jerk, but Seven, 7, 7, 7. Perspective shift, reflection, resilience, inner wisdom, enlightenment, and determination. Now is the time to shift your perspective on the challenges that currently dominate your life. To achieve success, continue on your path with determination. Tap into your inner wisdom and you will intuitively know the next step to take. Okay, so you could be seeing 7777. Spirit is going to guide you when it comes to dealing with how to, exit this phase that you're in. It's going to burn apart, fall apart naturally. Wow. 2, 3, 4. We have 1, 2, 3. So another progression. So that's wild. I love that. Thank you, Spirit. You are experiencing forward movement and the sequential unfolding of events. Trust the natural flow of life and take steps towards your goals with confidence. Okay. So again, this is all unfolding how it's supposed to. God doesn't give us any more than we can handle. I really do believe in that, even when we are, being handed absolute garbage. Look at this at the bottom of this deck too. Bravery. I'm even going to pull from this. Let's see what's holding you back here. What's the block on this progression forward? There's luck. Luck is on your side. Lady luck. Ladybugs could be significant. Spiders could be significant. Earrings could be significant. Somebody could play tennis. Somebody could play the banjo. Somebody could definitely be born in July 4th, April 4th, February 9th, February 3rd. All right, so take a chance, okay? So as you're doing this, I just heard you're facing yourself. So you're definitely facing some demons right now. I think you're facing yourself in the sense of, you're challenging yourself. Okay, can I do this? Am I really capable of this? Oh, crap, I reached this milestone. Can I reach the next one? So you're really taking a good hard look in the mirror. I think you're healing some inner child wounds right now. But I think, especially if you're a man watching this, you're kind of looking at yourself as to who you are, and you're looking at you're looking forward as to who you could be as a man. And if you're a woman, same kind of concept, but I'm channeling a man, like literally looking, into the mirror and seeing his future self. And, he's becoming like a man. So for those of you that resonate with that energy and, that's you, like that's a beautiful energy to be in. Congratulations. I love that. So Spirit is saying, take a chance. It's time to step outside of your comfort zone. The world is waiting for you to take a chance. When you do, you'll be rewarded with newfound confidence and enthusiasm, and it will begin to attract new results. Okay, that is this. This is that. This is beautiful. Obligation. Stop telling yourself you should. When you cater to others or unnecessary expectations of yourself, you stop your flow of abundance, okay? So work smart, not hard, especially, if you're at a career where you're trying to progress forward, but you keep being a yes man and you're saying, hey, Tina, can you do this for me? Hey, Tina, can you do this for me? Hey, Tina, you got, before you know it, you got 7 people asking you favors and you're just saying yes, 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 like, because you feel like you should be doing something. No, Spirit is asking you to cut the ties with that mindset. Where do you want to be in 10 years? Do you want to be a yes man, or do you want to be answering for yourself, okay, and answering to yourself, if that made sense. There's an opportunity here for you to be the best, and especially if you're a Leo and you're resonating with Leo energy, like Leo is the best, okay? Leo is the best at what they do. Leo takes charge. Leo is badass. Leo is an amazing sign, and Spirit is really asking you to get in touch with that energy. I think there's going to be an awareness of the lion inside of you that's going to really just push you forward. If you're not in the mindset of thinking about what could go right, you're going to be getting into that mindset. There's a lot of changes within yourself, okay? You guys are going to be coming, whoever I'm speaking to, you're going to be coming out the other side of this, like, richer, smarter, and more importantly, and most importantly, enlightened, awakened, okay? Let's pull some tarot. I think this was the first card out in the last reading too. So we have the Five of Cups in reverse. Okay, this is you accepting what's going on and you understanding that this is a sequential, chain of events that's happening, and you're going to have to go through this, and you're accepting that loss or whatever it was, and there's forgiveness in your energy, and sorry guys, adjusting myself, and a moving on from the old you, whatever the situation was. The Devil, okay? And this is that temptation energy, okay? So, excuse me. As you are being enlightened and as you're coming back out onto the scene and chasing your dreams, again, Spirit is going to test you. Spirit is going to tempt you. Do you really want this? I'm going to throw this opportunity at you also while you're doing this, because I'm going to test your dedication to what you're doing right now, okay? And if this thing, sparks your soul a certain way, like, you follow that, okay? But you're going to compromise what you have, going now, and be aware of that. So be aware of any type of temptations, okay? Whether that's a mindset, whether that's people, going back to an environment, going back to a substance, okay? Whatever it is, like, don't burn your bridge with that. Try to have a balance with that, because you're moving on from whatever it was that was tempting you, and whatever it was that sounded too good to be true, or any kind of boss promising you things, and things are not moving in the way that you thought. Like, you're going to take a chance on yourself instead of putting all your eggs in one basket and depending on one person. I just heard some asshole. Temperance in reverse. This is imbalance. I feel like, why is this Temperance in reverse? The Empress. That's you. So this is you not being in alignment. This is, I think, you having that dark night. This is you not knowing, or maybe not thinking that you have all the tools or resources. Like, you could be really starting from the bottom up and not knowing how to alchemize that, but you do, like, you have the Empress clarifying that, okay? You have the tools, the resources. Most importantly, you have the grace, the compassion, the willpower, the intention to, this is all about service and helping others and helping the universe and ascension. And you could be called on a spiritual path, or if this is just a regular, a more regular, less esoteric job, a 9-to-5 type of ordeal. Even if it's an entrepreneurial, you're still bringing spirituality into that by, having yourself healed, so you can be an example to the people around you and the people in your career as to what a healed person looks like and how they go about life and how they handle problems. And you're going to keep spreading that so everyone can, humanity can grow. So you have this in you. This is all that you have in you. You have to be aware of that, okay? Think about what could go right. Your priority is you. This is what you're turning into, is the Empress. You are learning how to really become in your power. Tower, damn, these are all major arcana. Your life is absolutely being flipped upside down right now, okay? So we have the Tower. This is that realization. This is Spirit saying, okay, take a chance. Okay, here's your prime opportunity. Okay, here is your awareness of how your actions or inactions are helping or not helping your current situation, okay? You wished for this. This is what you wanted. I'm giving you this, okay? Don't resist this. Don't fall back into old temptations. Keep moving forward, okay? Be courageous, be brave, be smart, and be intuitive, okay? You're going to have to use all your senses here and really combine them all, because Spirit is throwing a lot at you, but you can handle this and it will die down, it will settle, but this is all to push you where you want to be, okay? Again, do you want to be obligated to somebody else or or do you want to be obligated to yourself? Do you want to speak and answer, for yourself and to yourself, not, a boss or someone breathing down your neck or a bunch of coworkers, or just being in an environment that doesn't, celebrate you? Speaking of celebrate you, we have the Three of Cups in reverse and the Seven of Swords. Okay, so, excuse me. We have Sagittarius and Capricorn energy. So you could be a Sagittarius or a Capricorn. Okay, we have that, the prime energy of the board. We have Sagittarian energy is very free. We have Capricorn energy is very dutiful and very hardworking. I do see that there is either an overindulgence or there's just an environment where people, you are not, not around good people, okay? I think that you are facing the consequences of your actions with this group or, whatever it is that you are a part of, and you are separating yourself from this, okay? I think you could be, I think you're just facing, you're releasing emotions and pent up energy. Yeah, look at the Fool. You're starting fresh. This is a fresh start. This is you facing the consequences of all your past actions, and not even your past actions, the things that you were born into, maybe any traumatic experiences that you have had to face, okay? You're just accepting everything for what it is. You're accepting your fate, not in a bad way. You're just saying, okay, this is what it is. This is what life dealt me, and I'm realizing that 95% of life is how I react to it, and I'm going to change that. I think that there was a disconnect in the people around you, but I think you had to be disconnected. You could be just feeling very disconnected and alone right now, and I think we talked about that a little bit. But that's because you're going through an awakening, okay? I just heard healing happens. Excuse me, jeez. Healing happens in isolation, okay? It doesn't happen when you're hanging out with your friends. You are needing to be alone right now in order to, heed the call and to listen to what is truly going on. Because you have your fresh start right here. I don't even want to pull any more tarot. I do want to pull a couple Moonology. I have two cards. Two cards. All right. You could be an Aquarius, have faith in your dreams, and full moon in Aquarius, be real. So this is you're going to drop. All right. Sometimes we pursue someone or something for all the wrong reasons. Our ego gets involved, and before we know it, we're driving ourselves crazy by chasing something that may not even be right for us. This card reminds you that sometimes you need to back off a little, worry less, and trust more. Life is about fun and laughter, but you'll take all the fun out of it if you spend too long in your head rather than in your heart. You might win, but it might not be a great victory. Release. Find a balance between being real and trying to please all of the people all of the time. So this is be real. Be real about what you want. And again, be careful what you wish for because it's very real. The universe will hand you that energetically. And just make sure that what you're doing it for the right reasons, okay? You're doing it for your higher purpose, not because, and I think you are. I think, again, you're just dreaming big and you're getting... There's this awareness, okay? There's an awareness, and you're getting real about what it is that you want and what you don't want, and you're getting back out there, and you are going to totally crush it with whatever it is you're thinking of doing with your work or your life. All right, so I want to pull a couple of these, and then we're going to get a couple affirmations to close on out, and some zodiacs and life paths. I'm learning all the symbols for the planets. I want to do I know all of the planets and the meanings and stuff, but I don't know what the hell they look like, so I have to finish learning those so I can use that part of the dice. Can I have two? Empowerment. Okay? So there's a message again. You are being empowered. Spirit is empowering you. You are meant for something more. It is time for you to follow that and to follow it in the way that you want. Acceptance of love. Number 38. So we have 11, another master. Okay, this is what you're turning into. You're going to be filled with more love. I think you are going to maybe even meet, your soul tribe through this, but you're going to have to accept the fact that the universe loves you and, have faith and trust and surrender, because I think, I'm hearing heart opening activation for some of you. You could have been really closed off in the past, okay? You're stepping into a new you, and this new you is filled with vitality and love. Perfect setting. Yep, this is exactly what you have wished for. All right, you guys, what am I doing? Zodiacs. All right, you could be an Aries, a Gemini, a Leo, life path 7, life path 1, or a life path 5. Let's roll again. Guess we'll get some charms today too. Life path 1, life path 1, life path 1, and a life path 2. All right, so definitely life path 1. We have another Gemini, we have Aquarius, and we have Aries again. Damn. All right, let's do some charms. All right, you could be a Pisces. This is also the energy, Pisces energy. Again, dreamy, okay? This is you dreaming, getting into that creative energy. Lotus, this is that blossom energy. This is where, it's like having a kid, is before they learn TV and whatnot, and giving them a paper and pencil and having them dream up something, okay? This is you growing in the muck and the mud and dreaming up things, in the dark. We have a little horsey. Okay, this is that childlike innocent. This is that love that you're going to be feeling, okay? That childlike innocence is what I'm hearing, that you're going to be exuding. We have a rabbit. This could be, I know we're kind of close to Easter when I'm doing this reading, even though it's timeless, okay? Rabbits could be significant for you. This also just means it's very fertile energy, very Empress energy. You could be wanting to have a family or expand on your family, and this is a good sign. Dragonfly is also about creative endeavors. Drop, if you made it this far, like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification so you know when I post. And I forgot what a dragonfly means spiritually. I almost feel like that's wisdom, knowledge. Excuse me. As I say that, owl. Okay, we know the owl is wisdom and knowledge. That's what you're learning. This dragonfly could be you spreading all of this wisdom and knowledge. All right, you guys. Well, that's all I have. I hope this helped. I hope this brought you some sort of peace, clarity, validation, anything that you needed. These are just the messages I channel. And yeah. All right, you guys. Until next time. Ciao, ciao.